Wrong. Yep. I know what y'all are thinking, and it's wrong. You're all thinking that this is a really, really healthy sandwich, I can tell. You're looking at the avocado on the far left-hand side, and then in the middle looks like it's got a bunch of kale with the white still showing, and then there's a tomato right next to the kale, although it's a little bit pink, and that's all in the center of the sandwich, and then hitting the side of the box is another really healthy red-looking tomato, but no. This is not a healthy sandwich at all. This is called the unicorn grilled cheese sandwich, kissed by unicorns, sprinkled with magical fairy and pixie dust. Now, the magical fairy and pixie dust is, well, first of all, this is multicolored rainbow colored grilled cheese, y'all. I don't know how they did it. It's probably got all kinds of carcinogenics in it and cancer-causing agents making the colors. Actually, I'm not sure because I don't know if they can do that anymore, but you never know because it seems like they're recalling all kinds of things. There's kale dye in there. No, but anyway, it's a unicorn grilled cheese sandwich. So it's multicolored cheeses sprinkled essentially with the stuff that they put on tops of cupcakes and shit. I don't know. It's actually pretty good. It's surprisingly good. It's not great, but it's fairly good. It's I think it's coming back on me. But I couldn't finish it, as you can see. I've been doing this thing now where I eat whatever I want, but I finish like right as I start to feel satisfied, and my digestive system is so thankful for that. But that's beside the point. Why am I focusing on this sandwich? No, this is not a Mandela effect. It's just some weird ass California invention. Probably we won't have it again. Like in the words of one of my 6-year-old friends as a child, this is good, but let's not have it again. Nothing you need to have again. It was an interesting novelty style sandwich. But the reason that I bring it up is that the guy in the sandwich shop, because the place around the corner from me has different grilled cheeses every Wednesday night, and this was one of the new grilled cheeses du jour. He said, because he's a Cancer, zodiac-wise, and he said that the zodiac sign of Cancer, rather than be signified by the crab, was symbolized by the unicorn. And I had no idea why this was, but then I looked it up online, and apparently there's a unicorn constellation within the Cancer constellation. Now, I couldn't find anything where it said that the unicorn used to be the sign for Cancer, but I just thought it was really interesting, even just to know that there's a unicorn inside the crab, because the last time I checked, unicorns are much more complex in their physicality and what they look like. So I thought that was really odd. I didn't know if you guys had heard about it. Of course, with the new Ophiuchus zodiac sign, that's something worth noting, of course, because the Ophiuchus, I think it used to be, well, I know David Icke said that there was a 13th zodiac sign of a spider, but I feel like Ophiuchus, I always forget which animal it is. I think it was a scorpion. But anyway, maybe you guys can remind me of what it was. That said, I just wanted to bring up some interesting things I've been noticing around Thanksgiving. Not all centralized around Thanksgiving, but that I've noticed around Thanksgiving. And this is my little Thanksgiving house. The light in it kind of burned out, which is kind of a bummer. So I put a Halloween candle in the back of it, but you probably can't see it very well. I love it. Johnson's Farm. It's so cute. It reminds me of Raspberry Beret when Prince sings, "Down by old man Johnson's Farm." I cannot imitate Prince. Anyway, I probably need to go up higher. And yes, I still have my Halloween house on because it makes me so happy and because I don't want to go into Christmas yet. I'm just not ready. I actually forgot Thanksgiving was going to happen because I don't know, November flew by so fast and I was so busy and I forgot about it. And then somebody said, "Oh yeah, Thanksgiving's next week." And I'm like, "Oh, really? Okay." But that said, and you guys will have to forgive me because I've been really busy, and so I haven't been on as many Mandela Effect channels as I would like to lately, and a part of me's kind of been focusing on the money. Like, I've been watching a lot of videos that are more political and that are focused on following the money. That's just kind of what I'm into right now. Not that I'm not into the Mandela Effect, don't get me wrong. That's not the case. But I've just been really, really preoccupied with those videos. But that said, I think I've told some of you guys, like some of you guys who watch my channel on a regular basis know that when I look at my Facebook memories, I see so many different things. Like, I'll either see, well, when I started, I've always been looking at my Facebook memories ever since they've been a thing. And I think they started being a thing more solidly in 2015 or maybe 2014. And at first, one of the things I noticed was anniversaries, like just anniversaries of similar things happening on the same day or at similar times of the year. Like it was really weird. For instance, I did a status update about Captain and Tennille. And then maybe 4 years later, I published an article about Tennille from Captain and Tennille because I had interviewed her, and that was really crazy. She's really into dogs, yo. So that's good. Like that was like the thing I was most fascinated by. And then at the beginning of the article, I did this revamping of this song of Love Will Keep Us Together. But I talked about her new book and stuff, and I reworded it. It was pretty funny. But I'm getting off topic. But it was just weird things like that, like posting about a certain thing, and for no apparent reason, just on the same day that year, it would be the same post. The saddest things, though, that I've noticed that I have anniversaries of are headaches and backaches and like anxiety. I never have any good anniversaries that come up theme-wise from year to year. It's like, oh, I've got all my headaches logged. That's just so great. But anyway, but the weird thing is that it seems like each year I notice different corollaries, but it's not that it's just that they keep building on each other. So I've been looking at my Facebook memories at least since 2015. And so for a while I was noticing anniversaries and things in common, but lately I've been noticing things I don't remember. So for instance, there was one status update where I talked about back in 2009 having a purple umbrella. But I don't ever remember having a purple umbrella, number one. And number two, I got a purple umbrella this year. This was my year. 2019 was my year for collecting umbrellas. I don't know what it was. I had some extra money. I was like, oh my God, there's a green umbrella and a teal blue, no, it was like a turquoise blue umbrella. And I was so excited to get those. And I'm not a big fan of the color green, but my best friend is, so I got it for her for if she didn't have an umbrella when we were together. Thoughtful, I know, right? And then I got this purple umbrella, and it was a dark, deep purple umbrella. And I was like, oh my God, I love this. I've always just had black umbrellas or whatever. So, and then I go back and I see 2009, a status update about me having a purple umbrella. And it was so weird. And again, like I said, I've been looking at Facebook memories for at least 4 or 5 years. And I never noticed the purple umbrella one. And I never didn't remember not having a purple umbrella because it didn't have much of an impression on me, I guess. But maybe just this year it had an impression on me because it made an impression on me because I got a purple umbrella. But even still, that was really weird. And then there was another status update where I was asking friends for recommendations of really good thrillers because I was really into The Game when it came out. I don't know if you guys had ever seen The Game with Michael Douglas and Sean Penn. Oh my God, that's one of my favorite psychological thrillers. But I was asking folks, and you guys can chime in too. Like if you have any ideas about good psychological thrillers, I would love to hear them because I'm always looking for really good suspenseful psychological thriller recommendations. So my friend Chris chimed in, and one of the movies he recommended was Flatliners. And I told him that I had already seen it. But I've never seen Flatliners, and I don't get Flatliners confused with any other movie, and I know that for a fact. So why the hell I was telling him that I had already seen Flatliners is really weird to me, and it's something that going through my memories before I never noticed a discrepancy about. Now, getting on to Thanksgiving, and this is part of the reason why I was telling you guys I was going to follow the money channels, because in other words, admittedly, I haven't been paying attention to as many Mandela Effect updates as I should be. So if this one's been updated, then forgive me. But I always remember there being contention about Thanksgiving and whether it was on the last Thursday of the month or the third Thursday of the month. And since I discovered the Mandela Effect in 2016, I never noticed, and nobody had ever said anything to the contrary about it. Like, oh, that one's been solved. That one, we figured it out. And even when I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure I looked Thanksgiving Day up, I didn't find the page that I found the other day, which was the Old Farmer's Almanac. and it talked about Thanksgiving Day. If I'm remembering it correctly, Teddy Roosevelt declared that he wanted it on the third Thursday of November. But there was also an assignation or an augmentation, just incumbent on the fact that Thursdays fall at different days of the year and of the month, that the earliest Thanksgiving could ever be was November 22nd, and the latest Thanksgiving could be was November 28th, which is tomorrow. So that I thought was interesting and a really good bit of information. So depending on, like, in other words, it's preferred that we have it on the third Thursday of the year, but if we can't do that, then we can have it as late as the 28th. So I thought that was really interesting. And so I don't know if anybody has researched upon that or found that page. But what was so fascinating to me is that I've known of the Mandela, this is my third year being a Mandela affected person. And all through the memories and going through all my memories, and I know I went through them, I've been going through them since 2016 and into 2019, I never made the jump. Like, I never made the link of like, wait, why are we celebrating? Because for 2000 and let's see, in 2018 and 2017, we were celebrating Thanksgiving around the 22nd, 23rd. And then the years before that, we were celebrating Thanksgiving much later. And I never made the jump. Like, I never noticed it, which is really weird because you would think I would have noticed it at least one of those years, but I didn't. So that was really interesting. I don't know if you guys have heard anything or if anything's been debunked, but along with your thriller movie recommendation, please tell me if I'm just so totally out of the loop and following the money that I'm not following the turkey feathers, because I'm not. Oh my God. Talking about turkeys, that reminds me of the day like 2 years ago that everyone in our office, I was trying to get everyone in our office to say turkey like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Turkey, I love the turkey. I don't know, I heard him say it once, or no, there was this guy, well, I think I heard him say it once, but there was this guy I went to college with, and he was from Haiti, but for some reason he sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he had a really square jawline, and he had the Jerry curl going. And other than that, he looked like Michael Jackson, except for the fact that he was totally more masculine than Michael Jackson. And he was like totally more muscular, and he had a lower voice, and he was totally opposite of Michael Jackson, but he looked like Michael Jackson. And he was talking about, he like went back to Haiti Thanksgiving weekend, like for whatever reason, like he flew there and back, and they had turkey, and he goes, oh, and I ate, and this is how he talked to me. He goes, and I ate the turkey, and then I vomited, and I was like, oh, this is a charming little Thanksgiving story. It obviously wasn't a true Thanksgiving turkey. That's why it made you sick. But anyway, that's just like one of those weird little side notes. But last but not least, what I wanted to round it out with, Thanksgiving-wise, pertaining to all things Thanksgiving, is that I just watched the Saturday Night Live Thanksgiving special where they redid or they strung together all these sketches from Thanksgivings from years past. And it really is not a funny show anymore. I think it was funniest, like, well, obviously when it first came out, it was a novelty, but I think I really liked it in the 80s the best when Kevin Nealon was on and John Lovitz and all those guys. But anyway, there was this one sketch that I remember distinctly. It's kind of an awful sketch, but it's about this family, and they're sitting around the dinner table, and they're just clanking their silverware on their dishes, and it's really obnoxious, and the girls are talking like, yo, 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 pop, 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 yo, dog, and then the father's all like played by Will Ferrell, who, by the way, has really weirdly shaped eyes. Like, and I'm not just talking his inner eye, but on a couple sketches there tonight, like his eyes, like the whole shape of his eye, like if you look, it goes in towards his nose. And consider that like the point of an isosceles triangle, and then it goes out. Like the whole shape of the eye looks weird and reptilian, but weird. And I've never noticed it like that. And it looks so creepy. But anyway, so if you guys want to watch it and look up the weird silverware clanking family sketch and tell me if his eyes don't look weird, then you should do it. But anyway, I distinctly remember, okay, so this sketch came out in 2001. Actually, I don't remember that part. I had to look that up. But what I do remember, for whatever reason, is that I really wanted to see K-Pax at the time, the movie K-Pax with Kevin Spacey. And I remember the first time I saw that show and that sketch aired, at the end of the sketch when the two girls leave and they're talking like rat people. Because Will Ferrell's like, he talks to the mother and he's like, why'd you let them watch the MTV? They're talking like rat people. But they left Amy Poehler and Gwyneth Paltrow. And yeah, so Gwyneth Paltrow, that's another key word too. So they act really obnoxious towards the parents and they leave. And then Will Ferrell and the mother, I think played by Anna Gasteyer, they're sitting there eating dinner in silence and clanking around. And then Will Ferrell calmly goes, oh, maybe later it'd be good to go out and see K-Pax. And I remember he said it like really kicking the K-Pax. And I remembered that. And it struck a nerve in me because I really wanted to go see K-Pax at the time. This was the fall of 2001, shortly after 9/11. I don't know why. K-Pax, it seemed like a good movie to come out after 9/11. So anyway, he said that. And then I remember watching that sketch again. And I can't remember if it was a rerun of SNL in the summer, which I feel like it was because I feel like it wasn't that long between seeing it the first time. And then he says it again, the line about going to see the movie, but instead of K-Pax, he says Monsters, Inc. He's like, oh, I think we should go see Monsters, Inc. later on. And I was like, Monsters, Inc.? They weren't seeing a children's movie. It was K-Pax. And I remember him saying it, K-Pax, like that. So tonight when I saw the sketch come on again, I was like, I'm going to pay attention to what movie he says because I still really, really feel like it should be K-Pax. And he said it, and it was K-Pax. It had gone back to K-Pax. Now, the only logical explanation I can think for this as to why he might have said Monsters, Inc. in whatever incarnation I saw that sketch in would be maybe because you know how they do a dress rehearsal before the show, and maybe he said Monsters, Inc. before the show, or the dress rehearsal before the show. I don't know. But that's the only logical explanation. But then if I was seeing a rerun of the show, then why would they put the different version of the sketch in? And would they do that anyway? I don't know. I don't know if they would switch it out or interchange it. But anyway, I just thought all that stuff was really, really strange. I think that's all I had to talk about. I'm getting my notes. I know I'm such a nerd. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm done. I be done, yo. Now I'm talking like a rap person. I'll be done, yo. But anyway, I just wanted to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. I might go see It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood tomorrow, but I can't promise it because I really don't feel like crying. So I'm thinking of seeing the Ford versus Ferrari movie because Ford again and with another Mandela effect. I'm thinking of seeing that one because it's probably not going to make me cry. I might be bored of it because I'm not really into car racing. Although I've always wanted to go to a car race just to go to one. I wanted to go to a monster truck rally because it's like something that nobody would ever expect I would do. I would just want to do it just to do it. But anyway, so if I go see that, maybe I'll review it. But other than that, I just wanted to call those things to your attention. I wish you a happy Thanksgiving and another happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving squared. All right. Peace out.